Hey crafty people, I'm excited to share this project with you. This is, let me take it off the Lazy Susan. There we go. This is a project that I created from scratch. It's a little dresser, as you saw in the montage video earlier. And these little drawers come all the way out. They do not have any paper on the inside because they're not intended to come all the way out, and they fit so snugly in their slot that I think if you put paper on them it would be a problem. Just so you know, there will be a tutorial following this video showing you how to create this project in its entirety. So I used different handles. I wanted to give it, well, honestly, it didn't have four of the same handles, but I like that eclectic look that you get from different handles. And I just used E6000 for mine. And as you can see, it's like really on there. So this is a design team project for Scrapbooking with me, and obviously this is the G45 Fairy Dust collection. They did get restocked on that. I don't know how much is left, but I encourage you, if you want it, get it immediately. So anyway, this little box will be for sale. So my email is always in the description box down below, so check that out if you're interested in this box. I did use a piece of the tags, and that way if you wanted to write someone an inspirational message, because this is a decor piece, something somebody can keep on their dresser, maybe keep their earrings or their bracelets in. This could be a craft storage for just little doodads and what have you. You might just want to have it to inspire you in your own craft space. But I wanted to put a mirror. And I wanted to put a mirror so that the person who has it, hi guys, can just look and reflect on themselves, their life, their stories. And I just thought it would be great to have a little mirror there. Check their makeup, what have you. So I did fussy cut this image from the collection. This is from the sticker pack. And the rest of it, I think, is mostly all scraps, because I keep every single solitary scrap of paper from this collection, and mainly because I'm going to do a junk journal with it, and I'll use all those scraps. I made my butterflies out of scraps, and I used stickles on them. This is a clock piece I had in my stash. I just love how it turned out. I will show you in my tutorial kind of how I do the clusters. I kind of struggled with showing that on video, but you'll see. And it's funny, I have lace all the way across on the top and the bottom. And you see how much lace is actually showing? What a waste of lace. But I do have lots of different flowers. These are satin, or not satin, fabric flowers. You can get these at your local craft store for chump change, I'm telling you. These little things that look, what do you call it? Like cactus type of stuff, they're a little bit more pricey. I don't remember where I got the mushroom, but there's a mushroom. And I hope you like this project. So stay tuned. You can create this kind of project with absolutely any paper collection that you like. If you're not a big fan of the fairy dust, well, just pick a different collection. But the cool part is the tutorial will show you how to construct the base of the box, how to do the layering of the cardstock, the colored cardstock, you know, the sizes and everything. So you can create this on your own. At the bottom, and this is an easel card at the top. So this, for like shipping purposes, I'll put tissue down and I'll ship it like that. I'll put tissue on both sides to protect it. Oh, but what I was going to show you is on the bottom, what I did was I just layered I had two different fabric floral appliques, and these little, sorry about the paint, round balls were just little wooden balls. I painted them black, and it doesn't really work to just glue it directly to the box. You kind of have to give it something to attach to. So I attached it to the flowers. And they're on there really, really good because that hot glue really wants to stick to that fabric. And so those feet are on there really good. And then when it's sitting, it gives it that really nice look. It gives it that extra little something something on each one of the corners. So let me know what you think. Please, if you enjoy this, give it a thumbs up. Check out the tutorial, and we'll see you next time. Check out, oh, please don't forget, use my coupon code. Super, super important. Use my coupon code at Scrapbooking with Me. All the links in the description box down below, the coupon code in the description box down below, and a way to contact me if you're interested in this box. All right, happy scrappy day. Bye. Okay, I guess you just watched my project share, and now we're going to make this project together. Here are here's the information you need to write down. So you may want to pause the video and write this information down. Okay, so we need 2 pieces of 6x6 cardstock. You want it the heaviest weight cardstock you can get. Even a lightweight chipboard for these 2 pieces is really good. This is a cardstock that I got at my local craft store and had in my stash. I believe it's 110 pounds, although it feels heavier. So those are our 2 6x6. Then you have your 6x12 piece, which I didn't have a 6x12. I had a 6x11. So that's the piece we're actually going to start with. You want to score it at 6 and 9. So if you have an 11-inch piece, it's fine. But if you have a 12-inch piece, it's better. But either way, it's fine. And that's the way your easel is going to sit. Okay. So then we have our 4 pieces that are 3.5. Here. These are our 4 pieces that are 3.5 by 8. Okay. And we're going to, I pre-cut these. We're going to score these 3.5 by 8. So we're going to score them at 1, 3.5, 4.5, and 7. And so we're going to do that with all of them. 1, 3.5, 4.5, and 7. 1, 3.5, 4.5, 7, and the last one. 1, 3.5, 4.5, 7. All right. Then we're going to fold them on the score lines. And I don't have a bone folder. Mine decided it didn't want to live here anymore and escaped. So I'm just going to do it like this. And you're going to do all of them. And if you just heard that, my dog is sneezing. Now these are going to be the drawer holders, where the little drawer is going to slide in and out of. So what you're going to do is you're going to use some adhesive, and you can use any type of adhesive that you prefer. I think I'm going to use score tape, because score tape is super strong. And if this is going to have, no, my cat always wants to come over here when I'm doing a video. So you can get your score tape at Scrapbooking with me. They have a variety of sizes. So on, it doesn't matter which one of the 1-inch pieces that you put your score tape or your adhesive, because if you prefer a liquid adhesive, you can use that. And they had sent me this art glitter glue that is really, really nice too. It's just that because this particular project is something that's going to have moving parts in it, I want to use the score tape. I hope I am in frame, because I am, as Tammy says, a one and done. I don't edit my tutorials. It takes too long just to do the tutorial. Plus, I don't know how to edit. Okay, so you're going to pull your stuff off there. And I kind of went over a little bit, so I'm just going to fold over that little bit of adhesive. And you're going to take your other 1-inch piece. You want to be sure you get this right. This is really important. And this score tape is not forgiving. Once you got it on there, that's it. It's there. If you try to take it off, it's gonna rip. Okay, so that's what you want it to look like. And I'm not gonna make you watch me do all of those, so I'll be back. We have 4 of these. So these are what our drawers are going to slide in and out of. I'm going to set those up there. And now we're going to go back to this sheet. So now we have 4 of 4 3/8 by 5 3/8, and we're going to score at 1 inch all the way around. And if you're wondering what this is and what this is, I will show you when we're done with this. Okay. So, oops. Hate it when that happens. 1 inch. 1 inch, 1 inch, and 1 inch. And I'll do the other ones off camera. But let me show you what we're going to do now. So you've got that little square in each one of the corners. So we're going to cut each one of those in half. And then you're going to cut it off. And it doesn't really matter which you cut off. If you cut this piece off or this piece off, it doesn't really matter. So if you make a mistake and you cut the wrong one off, don't feel like you have to throw it away. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fold on those score lines. And the way I like to do it, because it's super fast, is I like to use my hot glue gun. So these little triangle flaps, you're going to glue down like so, so that you're securing your box. Okay? So you can use the score tape, you can use liquid adhesive, or you can do what I'm going to do. But you have to be quick and you have to be precise, because you don't want your box to be bent in, so you have to be careful. And you want to get any extra adhesive and get rid of that right away. Okay, so we've got that. So now we're going to get these two on this side. Sorry, my glue gun won't reach to in-camera range. Okay, so that's our first box. And we're going to take one of these, and that slides right in there. So I'm going to get my other ones done, and I'll be back. What you end up with, and it's like a matchbox. All right. So on our original sheet, we had this information: drawer inserts. So that's if you want to put paper on the inside of the drawer. So you want to cut your cardstock by 3 1/4 by 2 1/4, which we've got here. Your pattern paper 3 by 2, and then your drawer fronts. Your cardstock is 2 1/2 inch by 3/4 of an inch, and then 2 1/4 inch design paper by 1/2 inch. Okay, so let me show you what it looks like. So this is going to be your drawer, and when you pull it out, it'll have the design paper like that. Okay. Now, I will tell you, you do not want to put design paper on this part because it will impede how this slides in and out. So you don't need to, you should not do that. Okay, even though you think that's going to be pretty, don't do it. It will be a problem. So I'm going to use the art glitter glue, and I'm going to be very sparing with this. It doesn't require much. And then I'm going to center it on there. You don't want to put too much of this, because I have noticed that if I use too much, it will make the paper shrivel a bit. So, you know, the good thing is it doesn't require much to stick it, so you don't have to use as much. And you want to get that centered, because you're going to have, even once you get it down, you're going to have a little teeny black border all the way around. And it doesn't matter which end you pick for your front. All right, so I'm alternating mine in different patterns just because this collection has so many beautiful patterns. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my two 6x6 pieces. And I'm going to start with this piece. And again, you know, as far as your adhesive, you can use whatever works best for you. At this particular point, I'm going to use a different liquid adhesive because I need some time for wiggle room on this one. So I'm going to use my fabric tack. And that, you know, guys, we all have our favorites and things that work good for certain parts of the project, and others that work better for other parts of the project. So I'm not going to need really much glue in that little center part, so I'm not going to worry with that. All right, now we're going to take our first box, old matchbox, and we're going to glue it, and make sure that you're not hanging over or too far in, because this is really important. And since I'm alternating, I have this pattern. Now I'm going to take this pattern and I'm going to put it flush up against that and push it down. Then I'm going to take this pattern that is the same as this box, and you want to keep these boxes pushed up against each other so that they all fit properly onto that 6x6. And you want to make sure all your drawers are up. Did I do that? No, I didn't do that. So fortunately, I can turn it around. But just in case you didn't do that. Okay, and then our last box is this one. And it's going to go on like that. So looky there. We have the base ready to go. And I'm going to tell you something. I have made towers of these before. Like, I'll make 3 or 4 of these and tower them. I'm not going to do that on this one. I'm going to make this one easy peasy. We're going to take our other 6x6 piece. And we're going to put our wiggle room glue down. And this is just to sturdy up this drawer section. This piece is just going to help make those drawers stay really, really in place, so that, you know, if you're using this yourself or you're giving this as a gift, that it stays intact. So this is what it's going to look like. Now, the paper that goes right here, 3/4 of an inch. See, I don't have, I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you specific measurements for if you want the cardstock or if you just want paper. I think I did this just for paper, but I will be back and we'll work on this some more. I went ahead and cut the side panels. So here are the measurements for your cardstock: 3¼ I'm sorry, 3/4 of an inch by 3¼ inch cardstock, and then your pattern paper will be 1/2 inch by 3½ inch. Is that correct? Nope. I apologize. By 3 inch pattern paper. So on this side, we've got this one, so we're going to alternate because that's just how I like it. You can do it all the same if you prefer it to be all the same. We're going to use our art glitter glue from Scrapbooking with Me. We're going to center that in this spot here, and then we're going to alternate with this one. So it's really nice if you just go ahead and do all your cutting and have everything already cut, then do all your scoring, then do all your gluing. It does go faster. And don't worry about this art glitter glue, it dries clear. So if you get a little bit outside, it's not a big problem. All right, so that's what we've got at this point. So that's the base of our box. Now we'll start on the top of our box, and I'll be back. That 6 by 12 or 6 by 11, whichever piece you had, which is our easel piece, and we're going to decorate the bottom. So this is 6 by 6, so this is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. I'm just going to use our art glitter glue. That leaves us that nice little border, nice little black border. So that's 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. This means this is 5½ by 5½. And that means this is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. Remember, you don't need much of this. Okay, see, there's a little fairy. That's why I wanted to turn it. Sorry about the noises my dogs make, if you're hearing that. Okay. So then we're going to take this and we're going to glue it onto that. And I'm going to want to use this other adhesive for this, just so I have that more wiggle room. Okay. So all right, there we go. Now our easel card is on top of the box drawers. So now this is the shape that I'm using. This is a Spellbinders Grand Nestability die, and I believe this piece in here is 5.5 by 5.5. And that means that this is 5.25 by 5.25. Now you don't have to put borders, or you can just do one border, or you can do no border. You can just put your sorry, I'm trying to focus here. You can just put your design paper straight onto the card, but I like the borders. I really do. So then this is 1/4 inch smaller. I think this is 5.5, so that's 5.25. This is 5 by 5. And you can do this with any paper collection. You can make this shabby chic. You can make this vintage. I did one that was vintage that had a little calendar on it, a year-long calendar, and I liked it. So I was thinking I was going to do this, but that really takes away from the shape. So I'm going to cut this. Okay. So I do want it to go cover up the borders on both sides. So, and before I do that, I want to decide what I'm going to do. This is the lace I was planning to use. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put this down first instead of putting my lace down first. And I'm going to center that the best I can without any measuring. Oh, yeah, no, that's not centered very good. All right, so a little bit better. All right. Then I'm going to take this I'm going to do on both sides. These used to be my good scissors. Used to be. Alright. That's what I'm going to do. And yes, I am using hot glue. So I want a little bit of this lace hanging down over this paper, and the same up top. Now a lot of this is fixing to get covered up, because what I want to do on this is, I want to use a mirror, and I've been touching it a lot. I'm not even going to clean it right now. And I just glued it onto this heavyweight black cardstock, and I kind of haphazardly cut this circle around it. So what I'm going to do now, and I did that because I want to use this around the circle. And I'm going to go back to my fabric tack on this one, so that again have a little bit of wiggle room. And I am using fabric, so and I want to put a mirror because I'm thinking somebody is going to probably have this on their desk, and they can use it to check their makeup before they go on video or what have you. But anyway, I don't know. I just thought it would be cute to put a mirror on it. So yes, you can see how a vast majority of that lace is now covered up. See how that happens? But it would have been weird. I don't know. All right. I had this gal Fussy cut out from a while back, and this is what I was thinking about doing, was putting her on there. But I'm going to do a little more. Oh, look, you can see my camera. A little more preparing and make sure this is what I want to do, and I'll be back. This is going to be weird because you can see the camera, but oh well. All right, so I got this trim, and it doesn't match exactly, but it's got lots of bright colors that are in the collection, so I'm going to go with this. And we're going to glue that down so that it covers just a teensy bit of the mirror. Be very careful not to get any glue on the mirror. Even the glue strings are kind of a pain to get off. Okay. So So look how pretty that is. All right, so this is the part where we connected it, and you can see that it's kind of not wanting to lay down. I'm going to put it in this corner because I'm going to put all kinds of flowers and things. So that won't be noticeable. Again, I'm using my adhesive that gives me a little bit of wiggle room. And I hate to cover up so much of the paper, but it is what it is. Okay, I went ahead and backed my fairy with Fun Foam, and I'm going to glue her like that, so I don't have to put glue on all of it. Okay. So she's going to go like that. And I'm going to take these two flowers and I'm going to kind of I want this part to go underneath the petal, but I want her foot. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. And I'm going to put that like that. So I always use hot glue for my flowers. And these are silk flowers that I pick up at my local craft store. And you can get some beautiful paper flowers from Scrapbooking with Me. They carry 49th and Market, and I plan to order some, but I just haven't, since they got them listed, I haven't done an order since then. I'm trying to see if there's a way I can cover that up with the petal. Yeah, there we go. And then, you know, I have all kinds of stuff that I pick up, and I've got these and these, so I'm just gonna play around with it until I figure out you know, I don't always have a plan. Let's see. know. Does that look like she's sitting on that? That could be good. This is kind of hard. Let me see if I got something else a little bit more. Flexible. Do you want to say that word? It's hard for me to actually do this without being able to look directly on to it. Kind of have to do this. I can, you know what, guys, this is my least favorite part, is letting you see how I get from point A to point B. So this video is getting really long, so I'll be back when I've decided what to do next. This is what I ended up with, and I really wanted it to look like, I mean, because on the paper she's sitting on this flower and there's this flower coming out, but I wanted to make my flower cluster mix in with this flower and that flower to where she looks like she's actually sitting in a cluster. So that's what I ended up with. I used this from the sticker collection, and that is my card topper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this down, and if you had a 12-inch piece, you'd have a strip that goes here, but because I'm using a shaped piece, I don't want it to come all the way down to the bottom anyway. Because then this edge right here would, the black paper would show against it. So you want to fold your paper. If you're just using a square, you want to come all the way to the edge and put your paper all the way to the edge. And you want to push down. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like now. And, oh, that is crooked. That's why sometimes I like the wiggle room glue. Okay. All right. So now this is how it's going to sit. So I have to make the flower cluster. Okay, so I want to put this there. And I can make it hang off. That's not a problem because my little drawer thingy is going to come out on this side. So I can actually do that, no problem. And maybe I want some lace here. Do I want some lace? Nah, I don't want any lace. Okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll put our this is from the tags collection. Okay, so we're gonna do it like this, kind of off to the side. that back down. Okay. So what we want to do, what I want to do, is kind of bring this flower cluster and kind of keep it going and coming down this way. So I am wanting to use this flower here. So I have kind of a greenish flower too. And of course I have another purple flower, but that one's going to be so big that it'll cover up the word dream, and we don't want to cover up the word dream. I love this flower because look at how it looks like it's wet, how it has the little droplets on it. This is something I think I got at the dollar store. All right. So I'm going to put a little hot glue right there. And we definitely want to use this flower. So that's how we're going to do that. And this flower was actually much bigger, but I took that part of the flower off because we don't need that much flower. That's too big. So let's see. Just gonna play around with this a little bit. That looks nice. Okay. So we have these little doodads that were kind of expensive. Almost $4 for this whole bush. And I used this on my explosion box, so I guess I wouldn't call that expensive. I mean, because I'm using it on this card. I've used it on a few other cards. But it really looks, I don't know, fairy-like. I also got these, but these are going to be too big for the card. Ooh. But look what we got here. Look what we got here. Oh yeah. We're definitely doing this. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put this purple flower. Oh my God, can you hear my dog snoring? For those of you that watch my vlog, that is Rizzo. Yes, that is Rizzo. Do we go with yellow? Do we add a pop of yellow? No, I don't like that. I know you're looking at it from the top, so it's hard to see. Okay, well, I don't want to get any glue on my topper, but I want that flower to lay like this. I wonder if the mushroom would be better. And I want some of this because we use that up at the top, so we need to use it on the bottom. There we go. So we'll just tuck that between those flowers. Just put a blob of glue in there. And hurry before the glue dries. Okay, so got a little bit of that there. I don't know if we'll need, maybe we need some, right? This part, guys, is the really crazy part where you just don't know until you find the right spot of where stuff is going to go. And sometimes it happens quick, and sometimes it takes a little bit of effort. Okay. So we're going to put our mushroom right here. I don't even know if I want to add this flower. I think we need some orange. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's too tall. Okay, we're going to put that orange flower right there. And we're going to put our mushroom right here. Yeah, and then we'll put the leftover piece of that flower right there. Put one of these little bit of greenery poking out underneath the mushroom. Yeah, that looks good there. So we still want that word dream to show. Okay, I'm liking that a lot. I'm liking that a lot. All right, so now probably need to put some of this. And I'm thinking one more piece of that stuff. Maybe not. Oh, let's try. Oh yeah, let's do that. I like that. See, there's no real rhyme or reason. It just is what it is. And like I have this flower. Oh, that looks good. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay. Now, you probably think we're done. Nope, not done. I will be back because we have to put drawer pulls on our little drawers. And I'm thinking maybe of elevating this box with some feet. I'm gonna let you know. I'll be back. I put drawer pulls on my little drawers. So these two have these, and then these two have those. Because I didn't have 4 of the same ones, and since I was alternating paper lines, I was like, well, I'll just alternate the drawer pulls. No big deal. So this is final, as I'm sure you guys have already seen. I added the clock, and I added the butterflies. There's butterflies here at the bottom and on the mushroom there. So the only thing I have left to do is I did decide to add some feet to this project. And I'm waiting for them to dry, and I have to get ready to go because we're going out. But these are the feet. They're just round wooden balls. And I'm going to hot glue them to the bottom of the box. You cannot use, just so you know, you cannot use anything like this because it will impede the drawers from opening. So that would have been pretty, but not feasible. So I hope you enjoyed this project, and I hope you will give it a shot. If you do, tag me on Facebook so I can see it. And thanks for watching. Happy Scrappy Day, guys. Bye.